Okay, let's jump right into sex here. This is going to be different than anything that you guys have ever heard. This is not your typical sex talk. And the reason that Rena and I put this into marriages is twofold. One, it's important, God said it is. Two, it is one of the things that causes breakups in marriage. But here's the biggest reason. You want to tell them why sex is so important?
It's the best barometer of your marriage.
Go on.
It senses the pressure around. It's not like a thermometer. You know, it doesn't raise the heat or lower the heat. It senses what is going on. And if your sex life is good, if your life is good together, then your sex life is good. It acts as a measurement of what is going on good in your life or bad in your life. Because if things are going good, sex life is good. Things are going bad, sex life is no good. First thing to go downhill is the sex life.
Everything shows up in the bedroom first in a marriage. It just does. And that is really true. We spend so much time because, you know, as I say, it's not the most important thing. But, and by sex life being good, has nothing to do with how often are we having sex, or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking that both, for instance, using Rena and I as an example here, I'll try to do that most of the time here with this. Using Rena and I as an example. If she's happy with her sex life, and I'm happy with my sex life, we're both happy with our sex life. I guarantee you everything else in our life is going well. But if things start to go bad, whether it's economically, whether it's emotionally between us, whether it's how we're talking to each other, whether it's all of those kinds of things, one of us, things change, and one of us is not going to be happy. Why is that? Well, that's easy. It goes back to ego and security, right? If my ego is way up there, guess what? I want to do everything I can to make sure that she's happy with her sex life, whatever that is, whatever makes her happy in that. Okay? And if her security is way up, guess what? Do you think she's going to make Bill unhappy in his sex life? I always remark that I used to tell couples all the time when we would do a lot of one-on-one couples before they were going to get married, and I would go, you know, in the first 2-3 years of marriage, yes, I was a rabbit and I had the hots bad. But I'll be real honest. Sex may not be as often now as 35 years ago. Just like everything else in our marriage is better. I hate to tell you, it's really kind of awesome. Yeah, no. Our sex life is better than ever, and as our marriage gets better yet. That's just the way it works. So what Rena and I decided to do is go, you know, let's cut through some of the garbage then about sex and help people start to understand some things. And we start with this because I don't know, maybe that's taught now in schools. It wasn't taught to us. I had to learn it the hard way. But it's important for men to understand the female's menstrual cycle. I do this primarily for men to make sure that they understand it, but also women to give them a couple of insights. What's the primary purpose? Remember, God's laws, not mine. What's the primary purpose of sex?
Procreation.
Procreation. If it was my law, what would it be? Let's have a party. I mean, let's be real honest. I'm a high hormone guy. You guys may not understand that, but I'm a basic. We'll go into that. So once again, I didn't get to pick. He says, sex is it. Now he says, and guess what, Bill? Sex is for procreation, but I'm going to be nice and make it kind of fun too. And I'm going, good job, dude. You know, I like what he did with that. However, here's the deal. Got to understand some of that. So let's understand the female's hormone cycle. Let's look at this line here. This line is estrogen, okay? As you go through, and day 0 is the start of your period, okay, through the cycle until your period starts again. And I picked 28 because that's an average length of cycle. I understand all you ladies don't have 28-day cycles, but a couple of things that are important to know. As you go through towards ovulation, your estrogen level goes up. Why? Well, that's obvious. Estrogen is what prepares the uterus and prepares your body to release the egg to get pregnant so that you can have a baby. Okay? So you go through ovulation. If you don't get pregnant, the estrogen level drops way down, and vice versa, the progesterone level drops way down to get pregnant. You don't get pregnant, progesterone starts to build way up until here your next period starts again, okay? Simple enough. Okay, that's just simple physiology. Couple of things. This period from 0 to 14 can be variable, but pretty much from 14 to 28, or however long your period is 2 weeks for all you ladies. So this period is pretty constant. This is the variable period. When people have 33-day periods and things, the difference, the 17 days tends to be, or the 19 days tend to be there. These tend to be 14 days from ovulation out to, if you don't get pregnant, to menstruation starting. Pretty common. Now, let's talk about a couple of things. PMS, I don't know what you call it over here, but in my country they call it premenstrual syndrome. Some of you ladies understand this pretty well. And it's different for different ladies, okay? Guys, you gotta understand this. PMS is a real thing. Here is the sweetest lady in the whole world. Back before we jerked that uterus out of there would be times, right in here, where she would want to kill people. Now, that's not being negative. Remember, I said you can't be negative. We point this out because it's very real. She would all of a sudden get ugly, and I'm going, what happened to me? I mean, I knew pretty much when I was causing problems and deserved it, but there were times when I was getting my head taken off and I knew I was innocent. Okay? Why is this so important? PMS exists. And I remember Rena and I were first married and I started to live with this and I'm going, well, babe, if you just mentally overwhelm it, you could take care of that. A lot of guys think that. Guys, I'm here to tell you that's not true. Hormones do what hormones do. Let me give you an example. Insulin. Everybody pretty much knows what insulin is, right? Insulin regulates our blood sugar and our bloodstream and things. Let's assume all your pancreases are working fine. If you all eat an ice cream cone, your blood sugar is going to go up, right? That's going to send a signal to your whole system, and what's going to happen to your insulin level? It's going to go up. Because the body's going to go, wait a minute, we got all this blood sugar, we got to get rid of it. What gets rid of it? The hormone insulin. So insulin's going to do its thing. Making it in a simple term, it's going to bring your blood sugar back down. Now, you eat an ice cream cone and you go, just like remember the law of gravity, you go, no, I don't want my insulin level to go up. You eat a big old moth, you go, no. Or in America, you have the giant-sized Dairy Queen Blizzard, you know. It's about 42 pounds of ice cream with chocolate in it. And you go, no way, I am not going to have my insulin go up. Do you think that's going to stay that your insulin level is going to stay even? No. You ate the Blizzard, dude. It's going up. It's just the way it is. Because hormones do what hormones do. And what I had to learn is that Rena could not just mentally say, okay, I'm not going to be mean and angry and want to cut Bill's head off today. It was the hormone, that god-awful progesterone from hell, that was causing problems. Okay? Well, sometimes ladies will get hungry. I mean, they can get a lot of things. Sometimes ladies will bloat, you know, they'll feel this real bloated feeling. Whatever it is, every woman learns what her symptoms are. And you know what? Every smart man, as soon as they're comfortable talking about that, learns what they are too. Okay? I got so that I knew Rena's period cycle better than she did. She could say, Bill, what day am I on? Any day of the month. And I could go, you're about day 12. Or you're about day 25. And if I say day 25, I go, oh my God, my world's gone downhill soon.
I'm going to add a sidelight that it's hard for him to add in, but I can as a woman. The side effects of some of these hormones are obvious to men, but this is one of these men know about women, but women don't know about women type things. Estrogen gives our bodies a smell that is almost irresistible to men. It smells like flowers, and they just love the smell of estrogen. They don't know that's really what it is, but they go, oh, that lady smells so good. you think it's perfume or something like that, but a lot of times it is estrogen. Progesterone has the exact opposite things. When we have getting close to our periods, we have bad breath, some like our urine smells, and I mean everything. Your armpit smell, you're like, what is that? Progesterone. And we don't even know that. It took me years to figure that out. But that is one of the side effects of those hormones. And that's why when I kind of learned it when Bill would kind of go, oh yeah, this is day such and such, and we tell by the smell where we were in the cycle. So that's
true. How many people that's been around farms very often? I grew up on a farm milking cows and stuff. All you gotta do is watch a cow in a herd. What does he do? He goes and he smells all the cows. And when it smells right, that cow is the one that gets bred that day. And when it doesn't smell right, he walks on to the next one. Hormones do what hormones do. Now that's all fine and good, so you got that as a background. But understand something about this time. Those hormones are doing things that aren't good to them, and it's not their fault. Rena did not really want to take my head off, but the hormones made her feel like she wanted to do that. And so I had to deal with the consequences of that, but I had to come to learn that it wasn't her fault. Now, a couple of practical things from that. If you can possibly keep from making a major decision as a couple from a particular time in life, it's right there. Ladies, you're going to get mad at me, but just accept it because it's true. You don't think straight there. You just don't. It's not your fault, that's just the way God made it, but you don't. And men, if you're going to understand their security, do not take advantage here and have them, because they're not thinking straight, have them make a decision that you know wouldn't fly. That's stupid. Also, understand that with that, don't take it personally if they want to take your head off. That's tough. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying the word sometimes when I go, babe, come on now, let's be half fair about this. And she would understand it, but it would just aggravate her. So we had to learn that there were times just to stay separate. And we taught our kids that at a very young age. They didn't have to know everything, but this is what we taught our kids. Rena and I developed this code that if she came out in the morning for breakfast and says, I feel like killing something today, she had that feeling. And the kids knew that if their mother came out and said, I feel like killing something, you should have seen them eat. Whoa, bam! They were out of there. Because they've been taught something. If your mama wants to kill something, it'll probably start with me. And if I get killed because of what you do, never forget the theory that stuff rolls downhill. There's Deuteronomy. Do you want to live or do you want to die? And so they went, for life, it's best just, they scattered like rats. I need to tell you what. And we would just leave, after a while, it was only about a day or so. It would generally wear off in a day or a little more, the worst part. And we would just leave her be. It's like, don't say nothing, don't talk to her, don't do anything, because those hormones will do anything. Now, I'll give you one other interesting thing just for fun. I had an x-ray tech. They didn't have much money, and they were going to go on their 10-year reunion to Hawaii. She goes, this will be the trip of a lifetime. We will never get to go to Hawaii again. We'll never have the money. And I went, that's really great. They were a nice couple. They were choicers. I go, that's really awesome. I looked at her and said, so what's your hormone cycle look like? She goes, huh? I said, excuse me. You plan to go on a trip, once in a lifetime trip, just you and your husband, you're not taking your kids, just you and your husband to Hawaii. You know what's going to happen there, and you're going to go over there potentially when you're there in your period? She'd never thought about that. She went home, started calculating, she came back and she goes, what am I going to do? The whole trip will be ruined. I did what's kind of sleazy, but we had enough time. I said, sweetheart, we are about to fix your periods. And I basically put her on a bunch of progesterone and flipped her cycle all around so that when she went to Hawaii, she would be there. And when she came back from Hawaii, I go, so how was your trip? It was awesome! You know, this is for practical stuff. Now, here's something else though. You know, man, you're getting your head taken off there. Guess what? This time here, it's what I call my time of good living. And this is why. First of all, oh yeah, they are sweet. Secondly, what's God built into nature? That they would want to get pregnant. Do you know you can hardly mess up bad enough to get chewed out in those 3, 4, 5 days? Why? In simple terms, because when that happens, Victoria wants him. And she'll put up with just about anything to have him. And he goes, oh, this is awesome! Once he learns this, now see, y'all gotta understand this. I didn't teach this to you first because you gotta understand the background. Because once he knows this, there's the temptation to use it to your advantage, guys, because I know the way we are. All guys lie, all guys are sleazy too. Ego and security. You may get chewed out here. You'll enjoy yourself sexually here, but be very careful about taking advantage of her leeway in how you treat her and other things in life in there just because she's where she's going to put up with it. Trust me, you've been married long enough that if you're honest, you know there's times when you go, wow, why'd she put up with that? She did. And there's other times when you know, wow, why'd I get my head bit off there? Because it's just, it evens out. But in both cases, guys have to be the head of the house and not take advantage of the female and not do what they shouldn't be doing. But it evens out. So that's the female hormonal cycle. Never taught that in medical school, did they? I know.